Hello students, now I am going to do the Year-End Evaluation 2020 Department of Education Western Province Grade 11 Paper 2. So this is 3 hours paper. You get 2 sections, part A and part B. Only you have to answer 5 questions from each part. And here the formula for finding volume of cylinder is given pi r squared h and volume of cone is given 1/3 pi r squared h. So you have 12 questions. So part A, question number 1, 2 and the next page 3, 4, 5, 6. And for graph question you can ask for graph papers. And then part B, question number 7, 8, 9. 10 and then 12. So let's do paper 2. Let's take question number 1 in paper 2. This is about quarterly rates and percentage values. So we'll do that separately. Annual assessed value of a house is 250,000 rupees. If the annual rates charged by the urban council is 6%, find the quarterly rates to be paid. So 6% of the assessed value. So what's the rates? 6% of 250,000. So 2 zeros get cancelled out. You get 0, 0, 6 times 5, 30. 6 times 2, 12 plus 3, 15. So 15,000 rupees is the annual rates. So quarterly rates, you have to divide this by 4. Quarterly rates, divide this by 4. 15,000 divided by 4, 4 times 4, not 4 times 4, 4 times 3, 12, for 30 that's 7, 28, 20 again 5. So here quarterly rates is 3,750 rupees. After few years the assessed value of the house was changed. The rates charged by the urban council was also increased up to 8%. If the quarterly rates also increased by 250 rupees, find the new assessed value of the house. So the quarterly rates increased by 250. Before it was 3,750. So what's the quarterly rates now? Quarterly rates 3,750 plus 250. That's 4,000 rupees. The new quarterly rates 4,000 rupees and 4,000 rupees is quarterly rate. So annually you multiply this by 4. So you get 16,000. And 8% is 16,000. So what is the assessed value? 8% means 16,000 rupees. So one part is 16,000 divided by 8 and full parts, 100 parts you multiply by 100. That's the assessed value. 2,000 into 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 200,000 rupees. So that's the assessed value of the house. So how many marks for these 2 steps? So you are getting 3 marks for finding the quarterly rates. And then new assessed value 200,000 rupees. That's also 3 marks. So let's take the next one. Part B. Mr. Senaka, who decided to buy a photocopy machine worth 90,000 rupees, agreed to pay a down payment of 30,000 rupees and pay the remainder within 2 years in equal monthly installments of 3,000 rupees. Find the total interest that he should pay. So what is the down payment? So 30,000 already paid. So what's the remainder? Remainder is 90,000 minus 30,000 rupees. That's 60,000 rupees. That's the remainder. So monthly installment equal monthly installments of 3,000. So how many years? So 2 years. So how many months for 2 years? So you need to find out 2 years means 2 times 12, 24 months, equal months. So the total interest that he should pay is, we'll first find the total amount he pays and then subtract from 60. So here total amount paying is 3,000 for each month, altogether 24 months. That's 2 years. 3 times 4, 12, 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. 72,000 rupees. So what's the total interest? The difference. So total interest is 72,000 minus 60,000. 12,000 is the total interest he is paying. What is the number of months units? So 24 equal installments. So how you find out months units? N into n plus 1 divided by 2. So n is 24. N plus 1 is 25 divided by 2. 2 times 12, 24. 12 times 5, 60. 6 remaining. 12 times 2, 24. Plus 6, 30. So 300 months units are there. So how many marks for that? So you are getting 3 marks for finding the total interest and just 1 mark there. So 3 plus 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we gave 3 marks and altogether 10 marks for the first question. Question number 2, it's a graph question. So first you have to find the value and then draw the graph and answer the following questions. An incomplete table of values prepared to draw the graph of the function y equals 3 plus x and 1 minus x is given below. Find the value of y when x equals minus 1. So substitute the value. Y equals 3 plus x, 1 minus x. When x equals minus 1, what happens? Minus 1 there. So you get 2 times, here 1 minus 1 becomes 1 plus 1. That's 2. So 2 times 2, 4. So this value is 4. By taking 10 small divisions along x-axis and y-axis as 1 unit as scale, draw the graph of the above function in a graph paper. So what you do? Starting from -4, -3, -2, -1, 0. So you decide the y-axis first. So then draw the y-axis. And then what's the maximum y value? 4. So you can start with 4. 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4 and up to -5. And the x values starting from here. So here we'll draw the x-axis now. 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3 and -4. So along this side, each question is 0.1, 1 over 10, 0.1. And along y-axis also we took 10 squares 1 unit, 0.1. Now we can mark the points. -4, -5. -3, 0. -2, 3. -1, 4. 0, 3. 1, 0. 2, -5. Now you can connect the points. So here to here, first you can use the ruler, but only to mark these 2 points only, end points. And then take this pencil and smoothly connect the curve. So we can start from here to here and then down here. So this is the graph. So how many marks for this graph? So you get 3 marks. 1 mark for the scale, 1 mark for marking the points and 1 mark for connecting all the points smoothly. And you get 1 mark for finding this value. So 4 marks altogether. So let's answer the following questions using the graph. Let's take the third part. Write the range of values of x where the function is positive. So function is positive means above the x-axis. So here, make sure that you put x there. Here we have to put x. So above the x-axis. So that means here to here. We know that this value is -3 and this is 1. So lies in between -3 and +1. So that's the range of values of x where the function is positive. Using the coordinates of the turning point, express the function in the form of this. So what's the turning point? -1 and 4. So you already know, if you know the turning point, how you write down the equation, we can write, this is -1 means this is +1 squared and +4. But this is a maximum, so this should be -x squared. So -x squared, you get a maximum value. +x squared, you get a minimum value. So this is the equation, so you can write the constant first. 4 minus x plus 1 squared. And then explain the behavior of the function in the range -1 to 1. X is -1. So here. 1 here. So here to here, what happens? It decreases positively. So it decreases positively from 4 to 0. 0 is the y value. So how you write down, explain the behavior of the function in the range -1 to 1. We can write in words, as well as you can write y is in between 0 to 4. But here, see, 1 is included. That means the y0 is included there, not the other side. So you can write the behavior, we have to write in words, y decreases positively from 4 to 0, and you can say 0 is included. So let's give marks for this question. So you get 4 minus 6 plus 1 squared, just 2 marks. X lies in between minus 3 and 1, 2 marks. And y is in between 0 to 4, 2 marks. Y is less than 4 up to 0. So 2 marks. So 6, and previously we gave 4 marks. So 10 marks altogether. Let's do question number 3. Diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other perpendicularly. The difference between the lengths of the two diagonals of a rhombus is 4 centimeters and the area of is 14 square centimeters. When the length of the short diagonal is taken as 2x centimeters, show that it satisfies the equation x squared plus 2x minus 7, and by giving reasons show that x can take only one value. Taking root 2 is 1.41, find the length of the short diagonal. So we have to draw the diagram. So we'll first draw the diagram. So this is about a rhombus. Rhombus, all sides are equal, but the two diagonals are not the same. So these are the two diagonals, bisect perpendicularly. So this is 90 degrees. And it says the short diagonal is taken as 2x. So we'll take this is 2x. So equally divides. So that means this is x, this is x. And the other one, it says two diagonals of a rhombus is 4 centimeters and the difference between the two lengths is 4 centimeters. So this is 2x. So this should be 2x plus 4. Divide by 2, x plus 2 each. So this is x plus 2, this is x plus 2. Now the area is 14 centimeters square. So how you find out the area of the rhombus? We know we get 4 equal triangles. If we can find out one triangle multiplied by 4, that's area of the rhombus. So area is 14 is equal to, one triangle is half times base is x and the perpendicular height is x plus 2. Then you get 4 triangles like that, multiply by 4. 2 times 2 and you get 14 is equal to 2x into x plus 2. Divide both sides by 2. 7 is equal to x into x plus 2. Multiply and expand brackets. X squared plus 2x is 7. So take all terms to one side. X squared plus 2x minus 7 equals 0. That's the equation. And by giving reasons, show that x can take only one value. Taking root 2, 1.41, find the length of the short diagonal. So let's do the next part. Now we have the equation. So how you find out the x value? We'll use completing square method. Divide the x term by 2. 2 divided by 2, 1. Square it. You have to add 1 to make a square term. So in order to get no difference, subtract 1. So you get x plus 1 whole thing squared minus 7 and minus 1 minus 8. You can take it to the other side. X plus 1 whole thing squared is equal to 8. Take square root both sides. X plus 1 is equal to plus or minus root 8. What is root 8? Root 8 you can write 4 times 2 root value. So you can take separately. Root 4 is 2. You can write 2 root 2. So what's x? Minus 1 plus or minus 2 root 2. So what are the x values you can take? Minus 1 plus 2 root 2 or minus 1 minus 2 root 2. Now see, this is negative. Can you get a negative value for x? That's a length. You can't take negative value. So only one possible value is there, that's x equals minus 1 plus 2 root 2. So what's the value? It says root 2 take as 1.41. 1.41, substitute. 1.41. So you get minus 1 plus 282. 2.82 minus 1. What's the length? X becomes 1.82. But we need the length of the short diagonal. Short diagonal means 2x. So my short diagonal is 2x. So short diagonal 2x, 2 times 1.82. Two times 2, 4, 2 times 8, 16, 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3. 3.64 centimeters is the diagonal length. Now we have to give marks for the whole question. So let's see how many marks you are getting. So the whole question is 10 marks. We'll give 2 marks for writing down the equation. And up to this point, we'll give 3 marks. So show that x squared plus 2x minus 7. Now, completing square method. So 3, we can give 4, 5, 6, 7. But we have to ignore that and write this one 1 mark. That's 8. And we need to find out the shorter diagonal length. That's 2 marks. So 10. 10 altogether, that's 3.64 is the final answer. Question number 4. So this is about a diagram is there, angle of elevation. You have to draw the diagram and find the lengths using trigonometric tables. So 3 parts are there. A communication tower AB and a 50-meter supportive metal wire tied to a point C. So this is the metal wire, 50 meter. It is decided to fix a communication antenna on the tower in the point D, which is situated 2 meters below the point A. So we'll take this one is D, 2 meters below the point A. the angle of elevation of A from C is 53 degrees and 4 minutes. This angle is given, the angle of elevation of A, not that. This angle is given 53 degrees and 4 minutes. Copy the diagram to your answer sheet and mark the given data in it. So that's the information given. Using the trigonometric tables, find the height of the communication tower AB to the nearest whole number. So the whole thing. So we have to take the ABC triangle. So to this angle, this is AB, is the opposite, and hypotenuse given. So what is the appropriate ratio? According to SOHCAHTOA, opposite and hypotenuse, that's sine ratio. So sine of 53 degrees and 4 minutes is equal to AB is opposite, divide by 50. So what's AB? 50 times sine value. Now we'll refer the sine tables. 53, 4. 53, 4. You have to take only 4 minutes. That's 7. 79, 86. 79. 86, you have to add 7 to that. 13,997. So you get 50 into 0.7993 multiplied by 5. Put 0 and multiply by 5. 5 times 3, 15. 1 remaining. 5 times 9, 45 plus 1, 46. 4 remaining. 5 times 9, 45. Plus 4, 49. 4 remaining. 5 times 7, 35. Plus 4, 39. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 39.9650. So you need to find out the value, correct, nearest whole number. That's 40. 40 meters is the value to the nearest whole number. So how many marks for the first part? You are getting 40 meters, that's 6 marks for that. So how you get 6 marks? 3 marks for this and 3 marks for sketching all information. Angle, length and marking D point, 3 marks. So altogether 6 marks for this one. Let's do the next part. Third part, a toolbox which is on the horizontal ground 20 meters away from B. So we'll say this is the toolbox. This is 20 meters away from B, is observed by a mechanic who went to the point D. So we've earlier mentioned D is 2 meters below A. To fix the antenna with an angle of depression of theta. So here, just take this one, angle of depression. This is theta. That means this is also theta. Mark the angle theta in the diagram and using the nearest value obtained in above part 2 and the trigonometric tables, find the value of theta. Now we found out this full length is 40 meters from the previous part. AB length 40 meters. So we can find BD length. So what's BD? 40 minus 2. 38 meters. This is 38 and this is 20. So easily you can find out the theta angle. To this angle, this is opposite and adjacent. What's the correct ratio? Tan ratio. Tan theta is equal to BD. That's 38 and this is 20. When you divide by 10 first, that's 3.8 divided by 2. You get 1.18, that's 9, 1.9. So what's theta? You have to refer the tan tables. Now we have to refer inverse of that value. Now we'll refer tangent table and see where you get 1.9. So tangent table 1.9. 1.9. Here 1.894 is there. You need another 6. So 6 from 4. So 62, 14. 10 and 4. 62, 14 is the final answer. So angle theta is 62 degrees and 14 minutes. So that's the angle. How many marks for this step? So you are getting 4 marks for the whole question. So here finding tan theta ratio, everything 4 marks. Let's take the next one. Question number 5. This is about creating the equations, simultaneous equations, and solve. And you are asked to simplify the algebraic fractions there. A flower pot's manufacturer prepared a certain concrete mixture to make cement flower pots by mixing cement and sand to the ratio 2 to 13. So 2 to 13, this is cement and sand. He makes 60 pans of concrete mixture at a time. By taking the number of pans of cement used to make the mixture as X. This is for cement X. And the number of pans of sand as Y. Build up a pair of linear simultaneous equations, including X and Y. Ignore the changes take place when using water. So only cement and sand you have to take. So what's the total? Think about cement pans X and sand pans Y. So the total is 60. So you can write X plus Y equals 60. That's one equation. What about the other one? So 2 to 13 ratio. So the ratio between cement to sand is 2 over 13 here. That's same as X over Y. When you cross multiply, you get 2Y equals 13X. Take all terms to one side. So you can write 13X. I'll write this way. 13x minus 2y is equal to 0. That's the second equation. Now we need to solve and find out x and y. So you have to make the same coefficients. We'll multiply the first one by 2. 2x plus 2y equals 2 times 60 is 120. That's our third equation. Same coefficient of y, but the signs are different. So what you do? You have to add the two equations. Add 2 and 3. 13 plus 2, 15. X equals 120. divide by 15, you get the x value. X is 5 times 3, 5 times 2, 10, for 20 that's 4, so 8. X is 8. Then you can easily find out y using this equation. 2y equals 8 times 13. So what is y? 8 times 13 divided by 2. So 4 times 13. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 5. So y is 52. So that means x is cement, y is sand. 8 pans of cement and 52 pans of sand mixing together. So let's see how many marks for this question. So you are getting 7 marks for that. So how you get 7 marks? 1 mark for x plus y equals 60 and 1 mark for this equation, and then 2 marks for finding x, and for addition we'll give 1 mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another 2 marks for finding y value. So altogether 7 marks for that. Let's take part B. So in the second part we need to give the answer. So what's the answer? We found 8 pans of cement and 52 pans of sand. So we gave marks for these 2 answers as well. So let's take the next one. Part B, simplify. So algebraic fractions division. So what's the rule? You write down the first fraction as it is and division becomes multiplication of the reciprocal. So numerator goes there, down, and numerator goes to the top. Now what we do? So we need to factorize 2x squared. What's this one? X squared minus 1, difference between 2 squared terms. What are the factors? X plus 1 and x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 1 over x. X plus 1 get cancelled out with x plus 1. 1x get cancelled out with this one. So what is remaining? 2x over x minus 1. So that's the fraction you are getting. So let's see how many marks for that. You are getting 3 marks for that part. So we gave 7 before and this 3, 10 altogether. This is statistics question and we'll see information collected on the number of shirts produced by a certain garment factory during 50 days is given below in the frequency distribution. The garment factory earns a profit of 150 from a shirt. They expect to do the production as mentioned above for 100 days and earn a profit of 1 million. Calculate the mean number of shirts produced in 1 day and by giving reasons state whether their expectation can be fulfilled. So we have to find out the mean value. Let's do that. Calculating mean. So number of shirts. That's x and we need mid value. Frequency, we'll take deviation and FT. 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, and 80 to 90, the total. How we find out the mid value? Add and divide by 2. 30 plus 40 divided by 2, 35. So 45, 55, 65, 75, 85 is the mid value. So frequencies 6, 7, 10, 12, 8, 7. So it's not mentioned what to take as the assumed mean. So we'll take the model class. So when you take the frequency here, 65 as the assumed mean, you can take any value. So I'll take 65. So then this deviation becomes 0 because deviation is x minus 65. When you subtract 65, you get 0 there. Then here the difference is 10. So minus 10, minus 20, minus 30 there. Positive side here, 10 and 20. Now multiply f and d. 6 times minus 30 minus 180. 7 times 20, 140, that's minus. 10 times 10, 100, that's minus 0. 8 times 10, 80. 7 times 20, 140. When you add it, you get 220 for positive side. Negative 420. So what's the difference? You get minus 200 is the difference. We found sigma FD. So what's the mean? Sigma FD over sigma F plus the assumed mean. Minus 200 divided by, what's the frequency, total frequency? 10, 17, 17 and 24, 30, so 50. So divide by 50 plus A, assumed mean we took 65. So what's the value? Minus 4 plus 65. So you get 61 number of shirts per day. So mean means number of shirts per day. But what's the question? Question is to find out for 100 days and the profit per shirt is 150. So you have to multiply by 150 and 100. So we can calculate the total profit. Total profit 61 number of shirts per day. 100 days you multiply by 100 and from each shirt 150 rupees you are getting. 0, 0, 0, 3 zeros. 61 times 15. 10 and 5. 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 6, 30. 915. 915,000 only. So what happens here? It says calculate the mean number of shirts produced in one day and by giving reason state whether their expectation can be fulfilled. So they want 1 million. So not fulfilled because it's less than 1 million. So 950,000 is less than 1 million. So that means what's the expectation? Expectation is not fulfilled. So let's give marks. So in this question, So you have to give marks for this one. So 61 is the mean value. So 6 marks for that. 1 mark for mid values. And 1 mark for deviation, 1 mark for FD. That's 3 and the total 1 mark 4. 5, 6, 7. So 61, not 7 marks, 6 marks for all these. And then what's the profit? So profit is 915,000. You get 3 marks for that. So 6 plus 3, 9. And 1 mark for giving reason. The expectation is not fulfilled. 1 mark. So altogether 10 marks for that question. Question number 7. So this is about progression, arithmetic progression as well as geometric progression is there. So let's do the question. Sunimal, who stated writing a novel, wrote 8 pages on the first week, 11 pages on the second week, 14 pages on the third week. Starting from the first week, the number of pages he wrote in each week lie an arithmetic progression. How many pages were written on the 10th week? So the first term is 8. What's the common difference? Any term minus the previous term. That's 3. So you can find out 10th week, T10. First term plus n minus 1. So 10 minus 1, 9 into D. First multiplication according to Bodmer's, 9 times 3, 27. You get 35 pages written on the 10th week. So how many marks for that part? You are getting 3 marks. Part 2. If he finished the book in 30 weeks, what is the total number of pages in the book? So here, what's the first page? 8, 11 and 14, like that. So 30 weeks, n is 30. And you are asked to find out the total. So what's total? S30. 30 divided by 2. We don't know the last number, so we can use the other formula, 2a plus n minus 1d. 2 times 8 plus n minus 1. So 30 minus 1, 29 into d. d is 3. What's the total? 30 divided by 2. 16 plus 27. 3 times 2, 6 plus 2, 8. 87. 15 times 6 plus 7, 13 and 10. 103 times 15. So we can easily multiply. 15 times 3, 45. 15 times 1, 15. 1545 pages is the number of pages in the book. So how many marks for this one? 2 marks for that. Now part 3. When printing the book, Sunimal decided to print the pages with page numbers multiple of 5 in pink color papers and all the other pages in blue color papers. If there are 1200 pages in the book after printing it, how many blue color pages are there? Now this is taken as 5, 10, 15. Multiples of 15 in pink color. So 1200 pages are there, so that's also a pink color. So last number is 1200. So we need to find out how many pages are there. So how many pages we can find out? Nth term formula. 1200 is equal to, first term is 5 now. N minus 1 D. D is any term minus the previous. So multiples of 5 means D is 5. You get 5 plus 5n minus 5. 5 get cancelled out. Divide by 5. You get, so 5 times 2, 10. For 20, that's 4. Is equal to n. So 240 pink pages are there. So how many blue pages? Altogether 1200 pages and 240 pink pages. The rest are blue pages. 0, 6. 960 blue pages are there. So how many marks for that one? 960, that's 3 marks. Let's take the last part. First term of a geometric progression is 4. If the common ratio of it is half. Common ratio R is half. Find the 10th term. So for a geometric progression, how we find out the nth term? Tn equals AR to the power n minus 1. First term is 4, ratio is half. Half to the power n minus 1. We need T10. N is 10. 4 times half to the power 10 minus 1, 9. So what's the value? You can write 4 as 2 to the power 2 and 2 to the power 9 below. So when you subtract, you get 2 to the power 7. 9 minus 2. So what's 2 to the power 7? 2 to the power 5 is 32. 64. 128. So 1 over 128 is the 10th term. So how many marks for this one? You are getting 2 marks. So we gave all together 10 marks for the whole question. Let's take 8th question. So that's construction question. You need to use the pair of compass and the ruler only. So 5 parts are there. So let's take the geometry set and do this question. Construct a straight line segment PQ 7 centimeters and construct the perpendicular bisector of PQ. That's easy. So we'll first take a line segment and you have to use the compass and the ruler. 7 centimeter length. So you can mark 7 centimeter length on it. Here and here. 7 centimeters PQ. Construct the perpendicular bisector of PQ. So we'll take any distance, but you have to take more than half of PQ. Take any length. You can draw an arc above and below. Do the same thing, keeping the compass on point Q. Here and here. Now we can draw the perpendicular bisector. This is the perpendicular bisector of PQ. So we'll mark 90 degrees. Construct OPQ, but the OPQ angle is 60 degrees and where O lies on the perpendicular bisector of PQ. So we have to construct 60-degree angle to P. Take any distance, draw an arc and another arc in the middle. Keep the compass here and draw the other arc. So you can extend this line. So that's 60-degree angle. Now we need to extend this length as well to find out the O point. So I'll take from here. So this is the perpendicular bisector. O is here. If the intersection point of PQ and the perpendicular bisector is R, this one is R. Construct the circle with the center O which touches PQ. This should be PQ at R. So that means you have to draw the circle so that the center is this, R is here. So you have to draw the circle. Now I'll take space here to draw the circle. So I'll keep it here. Now we have to draw the circle. So take the compass. So OR is the distance here. So OR is the distance. So you have to draw the circle. So it touches at PQ at R and O is the center. So this is the circle. And here I'll delete this one. And we'll take the next one. Then the next part, join OQ and write the magnitude of ROQ. ROQ. So here we need to connect OQ and find out the magnitude of ROQ. So what's this angle? So here these two lengths are equal. So can you see this is the perpendicular bisector. This is 30. So this is also 30. The two triangles are congruent. So we can say ROQ is 30 degrees. You don't need to measure. From the diagram, you can figure it out. Then fifth part, construct another tangent PS to the circle that you have drawn above. So PQ is a tangent, one tangent. So what you can do, you can take the compass. The lengths of tangents are equal. So you can take the same length here. So this length should be equal. So PR length should be equal to PS. So we can find out the S point. So this is S point and we can draw the other tangent from P. That's the other tangent, PS. Giving reasons show that PROS is a cyclic quadrilateral. So how you show that? So this is a tangent, this is 90 degrees. This is also tangent 90 degrees. Can you see? Opposite angles add up to 180, 90 and 90. So that's a cyclic quadrilateral. So we can say PSO and PRO. 90 plus 90, 180. So this is 180 means the opposite angles add up to 180. So therefore PROS is a cyclic quadrilateral. That's a cyclic quadrilateral. So how many marks for these steps? So I didn't give a single mark. So we'll see how many marks for the full question. So here mentioning this is a cyclic quadrilateral, that's 2 marks. And ROQ 30 degrees, 1 mark. Then you get other marks. So drawing PQ and perpendicular bisector, 2 marks. And then 60 degree angle and marking the O point, 2 marks. And then marking R point, 1 mark. And drawing the other tangent, 1 mark. And we need to give another mark for the previous part. So drawing the circle, 1 mark. So let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 marks for the whole question. Question number 9, you have to prove the 2 triangles are congruent, isosceles triangle. So let's do all parts. 3 parts are there. In the circle with the center O, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. The diagonal AC and BD are joined. BAD angle is 60 degrees. This whole thing is 60. And DBC is X. Copy the given diagram in your answer sheet. Show that ADC triangle and BDC or BCD triangle are congruent. Intersection point of AC and BD is E. So look at it carefully. DC is the same. And here same segment angles. If this is X, this is also X. And these 2 lines are parallel. This angle, or here we can take this angle. This angle is same as this angle. And this angle. What is this angle? This is 60 means what is this angle? 180 minus 60, 120 degrees. Allied angles add up to 180. And what else we can say? This is a cyclic quadrilateral. And this should be 120 as well. How? How can you show this is 120? Opposite angles add up to 180. So this is 60 This whole angle is 120. So you can easily use that property. So let's do that. We can write first. We are taking ADC triangle and BCD triangle. DC is common. And you can write DAC angle and DBC angle, that's X. Same segment angles are equal. And then you can write ADC angle is equal to BCD angle, that's 120. Why? What's the reason? So you can say ADC is 180 minus 60. That's allied angles because of allied angles. That's 120. And how you say this is 120? BCD angle 120 because opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. Cyclic quadrilateral. So, because of these three reasons, these two are congruent. So, we can say ADC triangle is congruent to BCD. Two angles and one side. Angle, angle, side. So, how many marks for the first part? You get 5 marks. 3 marks for this reason and 2 marks for showing these angles. So 5 marks altogether. Let's do the second part. Show that Aeb is an isosceles triangle. So this is 120, this is 120. And we found this is x. So what is this angle? So this is 120 means this is also 60. This is 60. So 60 minus x is this angle. 60 minus x, this is also 60 minus x. So two angles are equal in AEB triangle, so isosceles. So you can write BAE angle is equal to EBA angle. That's 60 minus x. So that means AE is equal to EB. Two lengths are equal. So AEB is an isosceles triangle. So 2 marks for that. Third part, if there is a tangent PQ drawn to the circle at D. So we'll draw the tangent line. That's PQ. X equals 30. Show that AC is parallel to PQ. Diagram is not that, but we have to prove that. Look at carefully. What is this angle? This is the angle between the tangent and the chord that's equal to opposite interior angle. So this is x. So this is 30 degrees. That means 30. This is 30. We know that this is 120. And what else? What is this angle then? 120 and 60? 100. This is not, this is x, this is 30. This angle, that's 30. So 30 and 120, 150. So this becomes 30. Now see, these two angles are equal. This and this angle. What can you say? Alternate angles are equal. Then these two lines are parallel. So that's what you have to say. Okay, so let's start to write CDQ. Angle is 30 because of alternate segment theorem. So this is 30. But we can say ACD angle is also 30 degrees. So sum of angles in a triangle. So CDQ and ACD both are equal. So alternate angles are equal. Therefore, AC should be parallel to PQ line. So that's the proof of this. So how many marks for that? So you get 3 marks for that part. So we gave 7 before and this 3, 10 marks. Let's take question number 10. In the figure ABC is an equilateral triangle. I can mark all these 60 and all the lengths are equal. Midpoint of AB is D. These two lengths are equal. The line drawn parallel to BC from D meets the side AC. So this line is parallel to this one. And the point F is on produced DE such that DE is equal to EF. Mark the above data in the diagram. Show that ADCF is a rectangle and show the area of it is equal to the area of the triangle ABC. So we'll do the first part showing that it's a rectangle. What can you say about this distance? Now, according to converse midpoint theorem, this is the midpoint when you draw parallel lines and this becomes the midpoint of AC. So we can say AE is equal to EC according to converse midpoint theorem. So this length is equal to this length. What can you say about ADCF? ADCF is a parallelogram because AE is equal to EC, DE is equal to EF, that's given. diagonals bisect each other, this is a parallelogram. Diagonals bisect each other. Now, how we show that it's a rectangle? How can we show that it's a rectangle? Look at carefully. Now see, we know this length is half of that. Half of BC is this one. But this length and this length are equal. You can say DF length is equal to BC, because we can say DE is half of BC. 2 times DE is BC, but 2 times DE is DF. So you can write that. But we know BC, AC, all sides are equal in equilateral triangle. So we can say BC is same as AC. What can you say about DF and AC? Both are equal. Diagonals are equal. DF and AC. Diagonals are equal. That means the parallelogram should be a rectangle. If diagonals are equal, ADCF is a rectangle. So how many marks for that one? So 7 marks for the whole thing. So we'll give 7 marks here. So 1 mark. 1 mark for showing this, and this is a parallelogram. So 3 marks. And 1 mark for giving reason. Diagonals bisect each other. Then that's 4. This is 1 mark. That's 5, 6, and final one, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 marks for this part. Then we'll move to the next page and do the next part. Now we showed that ADCF is a rectangle. Show the area of it is equal to the area of the triangle ABC. Now let's draw this. So we know these two lines are parallel, these are parallel now. This is a rectangle and 90 degree as well. What can you say? So you have to show that area of it. ADCF is same as ABC triangle. This one and see, you have to take these 2 and we'll take another color to show that that's the same. Okay, so here the AC is the diagonal, so these 2 areas are equal because diagonal bisect the area of the rectangle. So you can say ADC triangle area is equal to ACF triangle area. Diagonal bisect area. That's equal. Then we can say double of 2 ADC is the area of the rectangle. ADCF area. So when you multiply by 2, you get the area of the rectangle. Now, when you take double of this, that becomes ABC triangle as well. Because now see, this length is equal to this length and these are 90 degrees. So these two triangles also equal. So you can write double of ADC triangle is same as ABC triangle area. Because ACD triangle and BCD triangle are the same, congruent. And when you look at these two, you can say ADCF area is same as ABC triangle area. So that's what we need to show. So you are getting 3 marks for that. 3 marks. So here you can write, if you want, you can write here congruent, or you can write same base and the height. So this same equal base and the height is the same. So here you can say same base and height. So let's take the next question. That's 11th question. That's about Venn diagrams. A survey done on 40 grade 11 students regarding how they have selected the 3 geometry questions in mathematics question paper 2 in a certain term test. Following information is revealed. 40 students, so you can put 40 there. Students who selected construction question, that's A. Construction question. Students who selected structures question containing proofs, that's B. There's another set, C. Students who selected essay type question. An incomplete Venn diagram drawn to represent the sets A and B is given in the figure. If all the students who have selected the essay type question, that's C, also have selected at least either one of the other 2 question types. So that means that should be inside A and B as well. And we'll see the next part. So I'll write 40 here. Only 31 students have selected the geometry question. So here I need to draw the C circle. So how can we draw C circle? So this should be inside AB, because at least 1 means 1 or more than 1 are done from A and B. So that means we can draw the C circle here inside, but not fully. So I'll draw C somewhere here. So this is C. That's the construction question. A is the, we have to identify A. A is the construction question and B is the structure and C is essay. I'll write down essay, this is construction, and this is B is structural. B is structures question. only 31 students have selected the geometry questions. So, out of 40, this part is 31. So, 40 minus 31, 9 should be outside, not selected the geometry question. There are 26 students in set A. 26. And 20 students in set B. The number of students who selected all the 3 questions is 10. All 3 questions. So here this part is 10. Include the above information in the Venn diagram and find the number of students belongs to only A and B. So look at carefully. So you need to find out only A and B means this part. So this region. So how many? Now think about without C. This part is 26, this is 20. And this whole thing should be 31. But when you add 26 and 20, you get 46. But this should be 31. What's the extra part? 15. 15 should be A intersection B, but already 10 is there. So what is this part? This is 5. So how many students belongs to only A and B? So that's 5 students. So how many marks for this? You are getting 3 marks for the diagram and 2 marks for this part. But we can fill the other parts now. This is 5. This is 10. But we can't still find out this part and this part. So we need more information there. So we'll take the next part. Part 3, if number of elements in A intersection C is 14, A and C, A and C is 14. Here 10 is there, so that means this is 4. Represent it in the Venn diagram and find the number of students who selected only the construction question. Only the construction question, that's this part. So 26 all together, 10 and 10, 4, 5. That's 19 we have to subtract. That's 7. So 7 is the answer for this part. Then last part, if the number of students who selected the structured question is 2. Who selected the structured question. Structured question is this. That's 2. So this 2. Find the probability that a student selected randomly from the class has done the essay question. So that's C. Now see, this is 2. This is 5 and 10, 15 plus 2. 17. So this is 3. Now see the probability of selecting the C. So that means 10 plus 4 plus 3. So 10 plus 4 plus 3. Students out of 40. That's the probability of selecting students who select the structured type question. So how many? 17 over 40. So how many marks for that? So you are getting 2 marks for this part and 3 marks for this. Let's take the last question in paper 2. A right semi-cylindrical solid metal bar with the radius of base 3, centimeters and the height 5 centimeters as shown in the figure is melted and a solid metal cone is made without wasting any metal. If the radius of the cone is r and the perpendicular height is 3 times of the radius, show that r equals this. Using logarithmic tables, find the value of r to the nearest second decimal place. So we'll try to find out that. So this is a half of a cylinder. And what's the volume? Volume of this is half into pi r squared h. Pi r squared. Diameter is 3. Radius is 3. Radius is 3, so 3 squared. H is 5. That's the volume of the half of the semicircle. Semi-cylindrical solid metal bar with the radius this is melted and a solid metal cone is made. Metal cone is made without wasting any metal if the radius of the cone is r and the height, perpendicular height is 3 times of the radius. We'll take 3r. So what's the volume of the cone? 1/3 pi r squared h. H is 3r. So that's equal. Then you can see pi get cancelled out. And what's r cube? And here 3 also get cancelled out. So you get r cube is equal to 3 squared is 9. 9 times 5, 45 over 2. So what's r? R is cube root of 45 over 2. So that's what you need. And we'll find out the value using logarithmic tables. So we can give for this part 3 marks for showing this equation. So let's take the next one. R equals cube root of 45 over 2. So take log both sides. Log r is equal to log. Cube root means power 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 log 45 minus log 2. Division becomes subtraction of logarithms. So we have to refer the table and get these values. 45 means 1 point something and log 2 means 0 point something. So now let's refer the table. Log 45, 45 0, 6 5 3 2, 20 0, 30 10. Now we'll subtract 1.6532, 0.3010, and you get 1.3522. Divide by 3 now. 3 times 4, 12. For 15, that's 5. For 2, that's nothing, 22. 3 times 7, 21. And for 10, that's 3. So you don't need to write 5 decimal places. You can write 4 decimal places. So 0.4507. Now how you find out r? R becomes antilog. Value of 0.4507. So refer the table where you get 4507. 4502 is there. So you need another 5. That's 3. 28 2, 3. 28, 2, 3. This is 0 point, so that means 2.823 is our value. Now, what's the question? It says to the nearest second decimal place. Second decimal place, that's 2.82. That's the radius of the cone. This is in centimeters. Check that. So, all these in centimeters. So, this is also centimeters. So, how many marks for that one? 7 marks. So, we'll give 1 mark for taking logarithms and 1 mark for this side. Subtraction of logarithms. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Taking antilog value 6 and rounding, that's 7. So, 7 and 3 marks altogether, 10 marks for this question as well. So, we completed the whole paper. So, 12 questions in paper 2, and within 3 hours you have to do this. So, that means each question you can spend 18 minutes. So, make sure that you do all questions and then watch my video to check your answers.